Clutch Sports will not stand for any Bronny James slander, and damn sure not from those Celtics. So Jaylen Brown had to run back some of his comments that he made in a private conversation out here in Summer League. Let's get right into the screen. I mean, you want to talk about people living their best life. I don't think Jaylen Brown's living his best life. He is living the best life. Hard stop. Like, out here with Kaiser, courtside with Kaiser and Angel Reese, Finals MVP, playoff MVP, chip, 300 plus M's in the bank with hardly a left hand. I mean, you can't get any better than Jaylen Brown right now. Team USA be damned. Like, who cares about the Team USA thing? Why even sweat? Who cares if Nike even is conspiring? Like, dog, you got Kaiser and Angel in your courtside. Like, stop. Anyway, so Jaylen Brown is courtside and he's having a conversation with Kaiser and they're talking about Bronny. Now, this was aired. This was footage that was aired, and the lip readers online got to working, and they now have a transcript, and we have the audio that's hard to hear. So I won't play because it's hard to hear. But in terms of looking at what he's saying, you can kind of make out that this seems to be pretty accurate about Jaylen Brown, and the way that he caught pleas hours later, once this started blowing up online, kind of shows that, yeah, the lip readers were indeed right. So if you get into it, Jaylen Brown is saying, I don't think Bronny is a pro. Okay, you see that there? I don't think Bronny is a pro. For those on YouTube, if you're on the podcast app, I'll read it out to you, all right? Kaiser goes, I think he'll be on the G League team for sure. Now, again, the thing with Bronny is second-round picks, they're only partially guaranteed. Oh, no, not with Bronny James. Not with Bronny James. Bronny James walking around with a full guaranteed contract, something that most 55th picks would dream to get. But when you're drafted by your daddy team, of course, your contract is guaranteed. So I don't think there'll be no G League. I don't know if Kaiser knows that or not, and I think JB is trying to insinuate, like, yeah, I don't think he'll be on that. Like, so anyway, I think he'll be on the G League team for sure. Jaylen goes, I hope so, but because of his name, he's going to be with the Lakers. So again, he's saying the thing that because of his name, because his daddy is still the number one option, that boy ain't going to no G League. And if he is, it'll be a very short visit. Bronny is not going to be in the G League. If you're LeBron and you're orchestrating this, if you're Rich Paul and you're orchestrating this, if you're Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, the Rambuses, and you're orchestrating this, there's no way you let Bronny go down to the G League unless he gets injured and you need him to get the reps to build his win back up before he rejoins the main roster. That's the only way Bronny James will be in the G League. That boy is there to play with his daddy, and that's all that's going to be. So a lot has been made of, one, this was a private conversation that got caught on cam, and then the lip readers went to lip reading, and now, Jaylen Brown's got to walk it back a mere few hours later with this whole thing of it's a flex to have your son alongside you in the NBA. Dog, y'all can pause to read this if you want, but in actuality, he just ran all that back. And what he's saying, I think, is more in terms of he feels empathy for Bronny James because most folks know he's not an NBA level player right now. But here's the problem. If you want to ride for, being anti-Bronny and he should be in the G League and et cetera, where were you when the Plumlees were running rampant in the association? Where were you? Where were you when the Plumlees were running rampant? Okay. Has Robin Lopez ever been in the G League? Are we really going to sit here and act like Robin Lopez was always this good, was always good enough to be on the NBA roster? Like, so where were these folks when the Plumlees, the Dunleavys, the Barrys were running roughshod through the whole association, and now that Bronny wants to pull up and gets a full guaranteed contract as the 55th overall pick, something that is damn near unprecedented, all of a sudden now everybody and their mama want to be anti-Bronny. But I think this Jaylen Brown point is more so of, yo, man, he's just not an NBA. He's not a league player. He's not a league player, but because of his name, he's going to be forced to play at that level. And there's going to be nights where Bronny's going to get exposed. There's going to be nights where dudes are going to do the too small to Bronny. Y'all better be lucky that Pat Bev is going over there to Israel. Y'all better be lucky, because Pat Bev would love nothing more than to call an ISO in the paint against Bronny and bully ball drop step on him and then look at Bron and hit him with the too small. You just know Pat Bev was looking forward to do that. Now, for those on the YouTube side, if you watch my last Bronny video, I feel like Bronny low-key should be over there in Israel with Pat Bev. Like, that kind of should be what you're getting in Israel, is Pat Bev versus Bronny as many times as you can. But, you know, LeBron is who he is, and Rich Paul is who he is, and they made things work, and Pelinka and Jenny Buss are out here just bending at the whim again for clutching LeBron. So it is what it is. With the 55th pick, you get Bronny James. When it comes to the whole notion of social media and Bronny James, I feel like the topic has gotten to a polarizing point, because it's like you can only have two positions. You can either be pro Bronny or anti Bronny. And I feel like, yeah, you can be one of those, but the actuality is this. Bronny is a Laker because his daddy worked there. It's not the first time that's happened, and it won't be the last time that's ever happened. In every level of employment, there is a similar situation. As I've talked about here on this pod and on this YouTube channel before, nepotism is a real thing. Networking is a real thing. Relationships are a real thing, and that's what carries these corporations. And the NBA is no different. They are a similar corporation that has nepotism throughout its ranks. And I'm about to drop a video on the YouTube channel. It's going to be YouTube exclusive. That's going to get into the Knicks and their rampant nepotism. So if you want to be a part of that, make sure to tap in and subscribe down below so you'll be alerted when that drops. But ultimately, the conversation around Bronny is such a mixed bag. No one wants to just say what it really is. No one wants to speak on what all of this comes down to. It's just, yo, dogs, he's here because of who his father is. Just like Peyton and Eli. Now, those guys, well, Peyton more so than Eli, those guys turned out to be good, right? But you think every former player's son deserves a chance to play in the same league as their father? Do you think that's a birthright? Do you think that's a given? Like, Seth Curry is not Steph Curry, but because he's a Curry, he keeps getting opportunities. And because in some metrics that you can dig down, you know, in the bowels of earth and find, there's even metrics that show he's a better shooter than Steph. But do you think anyone is really out here saying the answer to our problems is Seth Curry? No. But because his last name is Curry, and because of the work that Steph and then before him Dell have put in, you'll keep giving Seth Curry a chance. This is what it is. In every sport this happens, in every business this happens, in every landscape, in every corporation, in every Fortune 500 from top to bottom. I defy you to find a Fortune 500 company that doesn't have some type of nepotism at or near the top. I defy you. Thank you for tapping into the content. If you've made it this far, leave me a $sign emoji in the comments to let me know that you've made it this far. But either way, YouTube seems to think you will like this video next. I'm a little bit more partial to this one, but I mean, either way, subscribe to the content right here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.